Hi, welcome back to my hymn playing series. I've had a lot of requests for playing different songs and showing my different techniques that I do, so I decided to film this one. We're going to be doing Dwelling in Beulah Land. So this song, if you look at the key signature, that's what you always do when you first start out. It is in the key of B flat. So there's going to be two flats, B flat and E flat. So if we use my method that I've taught you in previous videos, you always start on the first note of the scale, and it's always the first tone, the fifth tone, and the fourth tone. So our main chords, our main octaves are going to be B flat, F, and E flat. And you're going to see that a lot as you're playing this song if you're in the key of B flat. So I'm going to play two verses for you, and I'm going to just show you how I play both verses, and then I'm going to kind of explain a few of the techniques that I use. Okay, so some of the things that I did with this song. Okay, when I first start out, I always use the first verse to listen to the song leader, see how well he knows the song, see how well the congregation knows the song. That's just for establishing a baseline. If I have fermatas, I can watch him for how long he holds it out, so I know how many arpeggios I can do or how many runs I can do in the left hand, and vice versa as we go on the first verse. It's pretty basic. I'll mainly focus on the left hand. Maybe doing some runs, like on hand. You always want to look for areas or notes, octaves that you can walk down to, do runs walking down, or do runs walking up. So here on hand, I have an F, and it's a 4. You're going to hold that out. It's a dotted half note, so 3 counts and a rest. So I've got 4 counts to work with there. So I'm going to walk it down to this B flat. So I'm going from F down to B flat. So I'm going to try to connect those. So that's kind of the goal. So anytime I have areas where I'm walking out, like even B set on every hand, I'm going up right there. So I'll do a little run going up to there. So anytime that I'm walking up or walking down, I'll try to add in a run. So my first verse, I might focus more on the left hand. My second verse, I go into focusing on my right hand. And I usually move up an octave. I'll do that for the whole first verse, but then when I get back to the chorus, I'll usually move down. Now my arpeggios. I like songs with a lot of arpeggios. Arpeggio is a fancy term for broken chord. And basically, anytime that you follow the bass line, you're not going to go wrong. So since I have this whole first line, I'm living on the mountain, that's all B flat. And we're going to carry that B flat all the way through. I do B flat or broken arpeggios in my right hand. picky about hammering out that melody, especially if you've heard that the congregation knows it well, the song leader knows it well. They're going to be able to sing through that as you're doing those fancy arpeggios in the right hand. So that's going to be a B flat arpeggio. Most of my arpeggios in my chorus are B flat arpeggios. I don't really see, most of them are going to be B flat arpeggios. Now there are some different ones, like if you do an arpeggio on the word hand, that's an F in the, so I'll do an F arpeggio. I won't do, that's written as an E flat and C in your right hand. You could go up like that to keep it very basic, but I like to do the arpeggios. See how that sounds nice with just that broken F arpeggio? So the F is on the bass note, and I'm following that. I always follow my bass note to see what octaves I'm doing. I always follow my bass note to see what arpeggios I'm doing in the right hand. And I always try to do arpeggios when I have dotted half notes or I have something that I'm holding out. So that's what I do as far as that. I will also add some runs or something in the right hand, if you notice. Usually when I'm up an octave. Because I'm going to be down on B flat. So since I'm starting up on C, I'll run down with my right hand. But I never sit on a note. You can simplify this by just doing chords if you want instead of arpeggios. You could, as long as you got this half note, just do B flat chord up. So you could do something simple like that, but you never want to sit on those. Also, I have this B flat a lot. I never just sit on. You want to jump around. My job is to just make the sound more full and add more to it. And so I'm never just going to sit on a note even though it's written that way. So I hope that was a help. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer them. I'm going to say every style is different. Every pianist plays different when it comes to hymns. When I first started teaching hymns, I realized that this is a genre that not many teach. So as I started teaching, I started realizing why I do things, how I do things, and there's just a couple rules of thumb that I throw out there that I hope has been a help to you. But definitely, if you have any questions, ask. I always recommend Shelly Hamilton's Hymnplaying series. She does a lot of what I have explained. The first verse is pretty basic, focusing a lot on the left hand, all octaves, runs, walking runs, all octaves. The second verse, she always takes it up an octave in the right hand. So the right hand is a little bit fancier. And so I will do that as well with my verses. I try to do every verse different, some different way, whether that's adding something in with the extra with the right hand or that's adding something extra in with the left hand. I try to do it different every single time. And then I also look at the words that the congregation is singing, and I try to match what I'm playing to those words. If they're very majestic words, I might do full octaves in the right hand. If it's very somber words, I might do more of the broken chords in the left hand, rolling up or something. There's all different styles. This is a very peppy song, and so it's a very fun song to play, and there's a lot of different things that you can add in, relating to that mood and that tone. So leave comments about other songs that you want to see me do, and I will try to give a breakdown of some of the more popular songs. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you later.